Today we're going to talk about one of the things that resellers don't like to talk about.
I know I don't. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I'm Lonnie.
Hey, I'm Candace. Welcome back. So last video we told y'all that I was going to be going to make a Facebook Marketplace buy. And I was buying something that I was not familiar with at all.
Oh, yeah, we teased it.
Yes.
Because we were excited.
Yes. I had never heard of this product somehow. It's very popular. Lonnie, I think, had never heard of it. So, yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is it's by an artist that goes by Kaws, K-A-W-S. And these are this is the share figure. And he has different ones, but they all look like this. Some of them are in color, some are solid color, but they're vinyl figures basically. So when I saw this on Marketplace, someone had it listed for $40 for sale local, and I quickly comped and I sold for over $500 recently, and I was like, what? And I should know by now if it's too good to be true. It usually is, right?
Not always on the resale market.
Not always on Marketplace.
There were
right.
some other indicators that could have helped us though.
I saw other solds for around 125, 150. I'm like, okay, even if it's one of those lower value ones, that's still pretty good profit, right? 40 into 125, 150.
As a fallback, yeah, that's not
Yes. Bad. So I met the guy, I paid the 40 cash, got home, and I was just thinking about it last night, and then I decided to start doing research. So the nasty part about reselling that people don't like to think about or talk about is reproductions, fakes.
Especially YouTubers.
Yes.
YouTubers don't like talking about this.
Right, and that's what we have here. This is a fake, it's a counterfeit. And in case you run into these, let me show you some things that you can look for. First thing is if they have the box. Looks pretty good, right? It's even got the interior molded plastic. Looks good. What you're looking for on these Kaws figures is, first of all, it's going to have a barcode here, which is missing. And the other thing is all of theirs has a holographic sticker that will change colors when you turn it. We don't even have the sticker.
Look, this is manufactured by Metacom. Now, I am familiar with that company.
Yep.
Because they make a lot of high-end action figures and stuff.
Right. So that's two key indicators if it has the box with it. The other thing, pick it up. The real ones are solid. They're not hollow like my guy is. I can feel him. He's pretty light. Let me see how much. I mean, he's a 12-inch figure, right? So
I would expect that to weigh, if it was solid.
Solid vinyl.
Oh, if it was solid, it'd probably be a couple of pounds easy.
Right.
But I know it doesn't weigh that much.
This guy is just right under a pound.
Okay.
Yep. Let me show you some other things to look for. See how all of them have these X eyes and on their hands and stuff? And the real ones, this is going to be really deep in there. It's not going to be that shallow. Mm-hmm. And like the nose holes and stuff. The signature on the bottom, some of the counterfeits, like these two dots, are real light. Now ours looks real. They did a good job on this. Some of them, these dots will look lighter, which that kind of represents his Mickey Mouse buttons there. So that's something else to look for. And then just the way it's put together. Our guy is very sloppy. And one thing that had me thinking was, look at the glue where they attached his ears.
Yeah.
Like, from what I read, the real ones, they undergo a very strenuous inspection before they're released to the public. There will be no flaws. The pieces will be neatly put together.
There's like little glue overruns on both sides. I see it. On
the feet, legs down here too. It's just, it doesn't look neat, you know, around the wrists here.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Or even maybe like this just doesn't look like it fits in good. Like they didn't do a good job molding it. A lot of the fakes too, they did a good job with his tone. It's like this matte finish, which is true to the original. A lot of fakes, it'll be shiny. So just some things to look out for if you run into one of these figures here.
So a lot of it is just the fact that I'm guessing that must be like an Elmo there.
They did like a Sesame Street collab, so I think that's where it came from.
But, I mean, a lot of it just comes down to unfamiliarity with it. And, you know, let's be honest. When you think you can make $500 or something, greed plays a factor too.
And on Marketplace, sometimes you got to jump at something before the next guy gets it.
Well, 40 to 500 is not unheard of on Marketplace.
Right.
The other thing The other thing that was kind of gnawing at me, like when she first showed it to me, I was like, yeah, it looks awesome. Looks awesome. The guy, the guy is also a seller. And I was like, cause he had a bunch of Nikes. Who knows? Those may or may not be fake. Who knows? Skateboard decks, other stuff. And he was charging, what looked like to us to probably be
retail.
You know, yeah, up there. Like it wasn't cheap. On that stuff, but yet, so clearly he knows how to comp.
And I didn't even think about that.
And clearly, well, I did. I talked to you about it. I was like, man, I just don't understand why the guy's selling that so cheap when he's selling all this other stuff at market prices. And you know, like I just kind of let it go because it was like we were sitting on the couch. Candace usually does this when we're sitting on the couch at night, and I'm like, oh well, let's watch Yellowstone. And yeah, so. Put it all together now. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do with it now?
So here's the thing. If you look on Facebook, you will see people selling the replicas. Of course, we will not do that. And they say replica, or they'll put REP. Like, it's apparent it's not the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's those $100 ones. I guess I'm going to see if Molly wants it. I'm not, we can't sell it. So
if not, well, it'll probably end up in the garbage can, honestly.
Yeah. So not sure what's going to happen with this guy. I think he's kind of neat.
No, he's cool, but he's
I
probably...
don't think I'll throw him away. I don't know what I'll do with him, but Sarah or Molly may want him.
Well,
we'll see. Who doesn't want a dark Elmo?
But one thing we're not going to do is, like, I don't know. I always look at Marketplace as... Maybe not everybody looks at it like this, but I always look at Marketplace. I'm like, well... we win some, we lose some. We never ask for a refund, no matter what. And we also will never give somebody money back if something's worth way more than we thought either.
Right.
We're not going to contact the guy. Hey, this is a fake. It's $40. We learned a little something.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
It's just like at garage sales. I have never once. How many thousands of things have we bought at estate sales and garage sales? We're talking like, it's got to be like,
oh, it's thousands.
It's 40,000 things or whatever. And quite a few of those things didn't work like they were advertised to, or I found out they were fake or whatever, right? For whatever reason. Never once have I tried to bring something back to somebody. Not once. And I never will.
In fact, on that note, I'm going to show you some more stuff. Some more repops, which is a pretty word for counterfeit.
Well, it depends. Well, there is such thing as a repop, a modern
authorized,
a modern licensed type repop.
Yeah, I think dealers are quick to call something a repop when it's not authorized.
Right, that's their way to soften the term of fake or counterfeit or fugazi or whatever. Right.
Right. So here we have these Roseville vases that I picked up recently. And, okay, I'm going to put you to the test, Lonnie.
Okay. I heard you talking about it some the other day.
Let me hide my little notes here.
Okay.
Okay, 2 of these are not real. So show me the real one.
2 of these are not real?
Yes, there's only 1 real one in the bunch.
Okay.
Take a good look at them,
I am.
feel them, inspect them.
I have no idea what I'm looking for, but I do see 2 of them have something in common. So, whoa, this one's heavy. Ooh, man. The thing is, this has a bunch of crazing. Oh, it's got some leaves in there too. Hey, you can put these in whichever ones are fake. You can put in your garden at least.
Hey, crazy doesn't mean that they're not old. It just means that they're old fakes.
Right. Oh, I know. That's what I was about to say. Actually,
Yeah.
I just forgot. You know what? I think this is real.
That is the real one.
Oh, I picked it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it looked like the quality of the stamp on the bottom was higher than the other 2. That's all I was going off of.
Yeah, and there's a few things.
Also, the finish. These are like flat, more flat finish.
Right.
But I don't know. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So, yes, this one is real, and I don't know if y'all can see that. Maybe we'll put some up-close pictures.
I can.
It's got Roseville with that that slanted S that we've talked about before, and it has USA here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your fake ones are going to be, and they may be making them where it looks like that now, but the fake ones are, see, it's missing that USA.
Oh, it just looks, let me see, let me hold this up side by side. Hopefully without breaking either one of them. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. So point it out again. Go ahead.
It's missing the USA here.
Oh.
Yep.
How do they, why would, I don't understand on fakes how they make a whole thing and then they miss some detail like that. It's so easy.
It's intentional. According to the article I read about it, they don't put USA because it can't be stamped USA if it's not made in USA, and these are imported.
For import.
Yes.
Oh.
However, if you're faking something, why do you even care about that?
Well, no, but they still have to get it through customs.
Yeah. So yeah, those are going to be missing USA. And you're right about the finish. This one, it does have like a matte kind of glaze, but this one just feels more like eggshell.
Right.
If that would be the right, does that kind of give you how it should feel, like eggshell?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Some of the fakes also, some of the fakes also will be too glossy, too shiny.
Okay, this almost feels porous.
Yep. Now this one is a tricky one. There was two of the oldest patterns. This is one of them, Luffa, and there's one called Jonquil, which is daffodil. So those original real ones typically will have nothing stamped on the bottom because they were some of the original ones. They had paper labels. They were not embossed.
Okay.
There's a few that are stamped, but it's inset. It's not raised like this. Very rare to find those. So
I'm almost wondering if you did this on purpose. You want to put these like in your flower garden?
No, I don't.
You're not. You're not going to do that.
I doubt it. This one is nice looking. I might see if your mom wants it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just a couple of little things to look for if you want to look into Roseville.
We ought to put a stamp on the bottom that says, or write on with a Sharpie on the bottom, fake.
Fake. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So and we can do that with that too if we end up keeping it.
Right.
Just so if one day we'll
our
look out.
kids will be like, woo!
It's worth, by then it might be worth $3,000.
I know, and I'll be like, yes, our inheritance. No.
They can pawn it off on somebody else on Facebook Marketplace or whatever.
Or whatever's going at that time.
Right.
Okay, we do have orders to pull this morning.
But I do want to say, like we're pretty experienced resellers. I think, and this is a little bit outside of what we normally deal with,
right?
And just be careful out there. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. And we've bought fakes before, and we will buy fakes again.
Yep.
But yeah.
And we learn something new every time.
That's right. Early on, like in my first year of kind of serious reselling, I found out that Harley Davidson and Harley Davidson are not the same company.
Imagine that.
And also I found out that Disney never misspells the name of their movies on the back of their DVDs. I found that out the first year too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. some things are more obvious than others. I remember I remember it so clearly, and this was like 8 years ago. Guy messages, "Hey, look, I'm not real sure, but I do think it's kind of weird that they spelled Harley. They put an extra I in Davidson." And I looked at him like, Davidson.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of your listings?
Oh, that's one of my sales.
Okay.
And then I'm like, oh, sorry, dude. Here's your money. You win. Here's your money back.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was before eBay had the AI to take that stuff down.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't near as.
They didn't police stuff as much.
They simply weren't able to. They
Right.
didn't have the tech for it or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. We do have a lot of orders to get out today, so let's get to it. Hopefully all this stuff we're selling is real. Okay, we need to get these orders out of here, Candace. You ready?
Yep, let's go. Everything on eBay today. First thing is a Mary's Moo Moo cow, age 5 on 12 Bravo. This is the one riding the stick horse.
Stick horse. Okay.
Yippee-yi-yay, I'm 5 today.
That's what it says.
Yep. $9.99 for that.
And man, somebody hand wrote some kind of number on it or something.
Numbered them, I know.
But you know what's funny? They don't call it a serial number. What do you think they call it?
It has to do with a cow, I'm sure.
It has to do with it's something that they just did on Yellowstone.
Or the brand.
Yeah, it's branded
They
number.
branded
Yeah.
it. That's funny. Okay, 6 Charlie, another animal figurine. This is a West Highland Terrier dog with her pups. 6 Charlie. $17 for that.
These?
Yep.
Ooh, man, they got that pretty cheap. That's a big one.
We just sold one just like that last week, if you remember. We had 2 of those.
Oh, yeah, we did. Of course, it's worth a little more before Mother's Day. Huh?
Yeah. The PlayStation Buzz controller sold 10 Bravo PBZ.
Okay. Yeah, I had fun testing those. PBZ. And guess what? This is already packed.
Oh, awesome.
Ready to
Slip a
roll.
card in there.
Yeah, I'm just going to, I can just, and then tape.
$20.99 for that.
Yeah, I mean, that was worth it. I spent I probably did spend about 15 minutes on that total.
Yeah.
So, whatever. It's probably kind of close, but I think it's worth it. Sold fast.
In the Bolo drawer, we sold a cast iron Roadster, red Roadster.
Oh, that's in here?
That's what it says. $175 for that.
Yeah, we had. I don't know if y'all remember when we got this cast iron. Same place we got a bunch of old pinup girl posters. The Varga girl,
Calendars.
Varga or Vargas? Varga.
Yeah.
Vargas.
Calendars.
Okay. Yeah, and then the blacklight posters came from there. And
Yeah,
then,
we've sold quite a few of them. Like, what do we have left?
what, of the cast iron?
Yeah.
I think we just have a couple of little planes. We had some cars and planes.
They were all up here pretty much.
There's the planes.
Yeah, there's 2 planes left, I think. That's it.
Yeah,
So those did well.
We got those pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
I'd have to look, but but yeah, we made out really good on that one.
Well, we went the second weekend of the sale on the last day, so they were ready to deal. Yeah. 1 Delta Revoltech. This is a robot. Transformer style robot.
Yeah.
Revoltech AV98 Mobile Police.
Right here. Say Ingram 1 on it.
Yes. $29.99.
I like these boxes on these.
Yeah, the little matte
Yeah.
finish boxes. 6 Bravo, one of the little pocket holy Bibles. The little military challenge Bibles.
Is it pink or the
No,
flag one?
The flag.
Flag? Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 2 different styles here.
$7.99 for that.
Okay, this one.
Were they both worth the same amount you listed?
The pink was worth a little more. You know how that goes.
Yeah. We sold a Philmont Scout Ranch patch on 1 Bravo, patch number 2.
Okay, I gotta be careful here. This is something I've messed up. We have like a whole bag of them. You come grab one out.
Well, there should only be 2 left.
After now, there is 2
Yeah.
left.
Man, why is this one like so much more popular
Because that's Philmont.
we don't have any other Philmonts?
I don't know if we do or not, but most of these are like this is a Strum Area Council. This ain't, like the way I listed these, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever we get really bored or
We
run
make
out of
some lots
inventory.
out of them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tried, but that just ain't gonna work.
Yep. $5.84 for that.
I literally don't. I don't think we would sell all of those in our lifetime.
Yeah. All right, the next order has 3 items on it. First is that travel fishing pole, 1 Bravo in the wooden case. Such a cool thing.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And that's sold for $34.99.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that was a good little garage sale we found that day.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in the Boba Fett drawer, they bought 2 of the little Coach Love bottles.
Let's see if I can get this open. This pile is going down.
Yeah.
Is it these?
Yeah, right there. Let me see how many we have left, because we actually gave 2 for a gift. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we went on a private pick the other day, and we brought a couple of these just as a little how you doing.
Yeah. $26.99 for each of those. Another patch, Pocket 139. You just listed this yesterday. Screamin' Delta Demon.
Yeah.
Defunct roller coaster from Opryland.
Yeah, that one's neat, huh? And it's going to Nashville.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so I was happy about that.
$16.99 for that.
Yeah, probably could have squeezed a little more out of it, but I was happy just to.
3 Alpha Deluxe Mix and Morph Titanus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's like a dinosaur looking thing.
Okay, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
And I have all this junk on the floor. Tell you what, I'll be right back.
You got junk not in your trunk.
Okay, making some nice room up there. That's a good little spot for tall stuff back there.
Oh, it is. It's perfect. Man,
There
look how excited that kid is on there.
I know. That's probably pretty cool to be a kid on box art for a property that you like. Can you imagine that? If you're a kid on like a Star Wars box?
I saw, I don't think it was in our Facebook group, but it came upon my Facebook feed. Somebody had sold a box toy or whatever, a vintage one, and it had a kid like playing or whatever on there, grinning kind of like that. And the person who bought it was the kid that was on that box, and he sent the seller a picture of him holding the
recreating
box.
the pose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, huh?
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
$149.99 for that.
Okay, awesome.
1 Echo Bandai Thundercats Lion-O in the box, sealed. This is from the 2011 San Diego Comic-Con. It's a black and red box.
Because it slowed down a little bit, I guess I've kind of forgot how much of that stuff we had.
Oh yeah.
But it still seems to come in spurts sometimes, you know, selling the stuff.
I've actually gotten to the point on List Perfectly where I'm cross-listing a lot of those Transformer stuff. We still have a lot of valuable pieces left, like a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
We set ourselves up good. We've been working hard.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of money go out.
Yeah.
But man, we set ourselves up good.
Yeah, if we can sell just like 2 good pieces a day, that's great.
Oh,
And
yeah.
supplement with other stuff we bring in. $69.99 for that one. And then 2 Alpha, one of the few Kickstarter sets we have hanging around. This is Post-Human Saga Deluxe.
Oh man. Okay, this one. Yeah, I think we only had. I don't know if y'all remember. Well, hang on. Let me get this thing down. Okay, I got it down. This is like a Kickstarter game. Candace, where were you? Did you go camping or something that weekend?
I think so.
The Girl Scout thing.
I was doing something, I'm sure, with the Girl Scouts since Lonnie wasn't with me.
And you made me a route.
I made you a route, and that house that Lonnie went to and bought a lot of Kickstarter games, we had actually been to the year before and bought a lot of games.
I think the year before we had spent somewhere around $500 or something.
Yeah.
And Candace went out of town to go camping, but she made me a route beforehand. I got up, went on the route, and the first sale I went to was that sale, and they had a bunch of Kickstarter games out again. So supposedly they had some kind of club or something.
Yeah.
And they didn't play any of these games.
Right.
And he sold them all to me again, but this time it was even more. And I think I spent like $800.
Yeah.
That time.
Yep.
And it was so much stuff. It didn't end up being like $5,000 or something like that.
And I think it was like your first stop of the day too.
Yeah,
you know?
it was my first stop. Yeah. So it was like, I texted her. I texted Candace at like 7:15 in the morning.
He sent me a picture of the back of the truck filled up.
Of the back of the truck loaded up, and it was like 100% loaded, full. And I said, well, filled the truck. I'm going home.
Yeah. I was like, what?
I filled the truck up and went home. Probably went back to... No, actually, I was too amped up. That was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of those games are like really, really good.
I don't think we have much left of that stuff, huh?
Well, we have one, I think it's called D3D or something like that, game that's still left in storage. It's pretty. I think it might pretty much be pre-packed and ready to go. Actually, I think I pre-packed it and brought it there. And then we have a few odds and ends like this.
Oh, pieces, yeah.
Well, these Here to Slay. We had a bunch of like little accessories for that game and stuff, which we sold. most of it, but then I think we have 9 of these little things in here that are, fairly valuable. But yeah, okay.
Oh, that's it. We have that one big game in storage, and then those cards. That's all we have left.
What's the game in storage priced at?
$219.99.
I probably need to get aggressive with that.
Yeah.
And drop it to like $150 or something because like when people stop playing these games, it's just over.
There's only 7 watchers on it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we might need to end and relist it or something.
Man, Candace, I was about to tell you. No perfume, but yeah, we do have perfume.
Yeah.
Somebody had to get their wife some perfume probably to be able to get the fishing thing.
Right, and I told Lonnie that's an easy pack. We just sold some perfume. Let's pull it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I saw the notification when I was searching that in the razor drawer.
All right.
Versace Poor Homie.
Poor Homie.
Travel spray.
Okay.
It's a little white.
Like this?
Yeah,
oh, here it is. Poor Homie.
Yep.
There we go.
$14.99 for that.
Okay, good deal. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff packed up. And I got to hurry because, well, at least for USPS, UPS never gets here before like 2.
No, they don't.
But USPS on Friday, what time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. On Fridays, USPS can get here as early as like 11.
Yeah, our carrier has weekends off, so she sometimes like is ready to get off early on Fridays.
A lot of times she does deliver on Saturday.
Does she?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Let me go and get this stuff out. All right, packages are away. I am over here editing video. Candace is putting up some nice little listings. Now our plan is to get to the sewing machine once I get done.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to stick to that. Mm-hmm. We're going to stick to that. Candace is going to help, but that'll make me feel better about it. Actually, I might even let her do most of the work. I'll be in charge of
Packing.
dimensions, and I am planning on pre-packing it too. So I'm definitely going to play a role there. But I'm going to okay. Yeah. I think teamwork on that is good.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so I've been listing, whenever we bought all that perfume, they had the promo umbrellas and they had promo bags too. And she was asking a lot for them, like 15 for the larger ones, 10 for the small, or what I thought was small. I'm going to get to that in a second. So I kind of just picked through and grabbed just a few that I thought would be no problem to be worth money. One of them, and we'll put the thumbnail up here, is a Versace tote, black tote. So I've got that listed for $75. And then I have 2 sets of this. I say sets, I might do them separate, I'm not sure. This is like a weekender duffel. It looks little here because it's all folded in, but it's a weekender duffel with it's a cool color combination. And then the little mini backpack. I have 2 sets of those. And so I just started comping, and so far, just by my search terms, I haven't dived deep into the searching. There's no actives for what I searched for, but there was 2 recent solds, and one of them was Sunday. Just for the weekender, someone sold it pre-owned and got $100 for it. Probably. I haven't gone to product research, but that kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at.
And then the other comp was lower, though.
The other comp was new without tags, and they got $50.
For just the one piece?
Yes.
So what did you pay for these?
So yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
Right.
I brought them up to her thinking, okay, she said large. They had large, medium, and small prices. 15, 10, and 5. So I said, okay, this is probably a large and a medium, right? She charged me large for this also.
So you paid $30 for the pair?
I'm into the pair for $30.
And the other pair too. So.
Yeah, so I'm into these for $60, which is fine.
Yeah.
Now my dilemma is, first of all, to figure out, go to product research and see if she really got $100 for this. Make sure there's no active, see what other search terms people are using, and decide if I want to do them as a set, which I think that would be very attractive to somebody.
I do too. Oh yeah, it would. Can you imagine somebody walking up on vacation,
right? And
they got their backpack on and their bag and looking all stylish,
right? So I'm thinking
it's going to be at least $200 for for all of that,
At
right?
least $150 for a set.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
Did you find any of the backpacks?
I haven't looked yet. Like I said, I just started looking.
Well, that's what you, man. If
but
you,
mine are like absolutely new, but the tags still have like tissue paper around them. You know.
if you even if you got, let's say, worst case, if you got if you got 100 for each set, which I know you're not.
Yeah.
That would be 60 into 200. That would still be fine.
Yeah.
But
Either way, I'll
if you
be
can
happy.
squeeze an extra 20% or even 50%, like you say. Now we're talking like big time score. So even though she charged, I know you're a little miffed about the 15.
I was.
But not. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. But it's like
It didn't make me hesitate for buying it.
No.
Let me put it that way. I was just kind of taken aback.
so, here's the thing too, is like, I think, why I think Candace was really like a little disappointed in that is we kind of have a rule that when we're at estate sales, we're very passive.
Yeah.
Like, unless we're trying to cut like a big bulk deal.
Right.
And even then, we're still pretty passive.
Right.
Like, we don't come back at them. Like, if they name a price, we typically, or if they ask us to name a price, it's different. But if they name a price, we're typically not going too hard.
Right.
And then a lot of time, because we're like,
on something like this, like he said, if it's a big bulk deal, that's a different story.
Because like this, because I'll remind you, like, you have to keep this stuff like in context. We bought this at the same sale where you're like 15, right? And you didn't say that. You just bought it. Like this is inner monologue in your head.
I think I actually did when she said that. I said, "Oh, this is the large price." She goes, "Yep." I'm like, "Okay." I know she could. I didn't argue, but I'm sure she could tell I was kind of disappointed.
But you have to temper that with we paid $4 a whack on umbrellas.
Right.
So sometimes you just gotta pay their price, and then later on you find them. There are always deals to be had because they don't always know everything.
Right.
So that's why we try to maintain a really good relationship. That's the most important thing, and it's never going to be worth. Well, that should be $10, not $15. You know what I mean? Like, that would never. And Candace didn't do that, but that used to be the approach, the short-sighted approach when I first started. When I wasn't going there with Candace, when I first started going to garage sales, because I got to remember, I didn't start going to garage sales till very late in life. I'd never been to a garage sale before like 2016 in my life, so I started going to garage sales, and then after that, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try some estate sales. And I found that when I went to garage sales, I was like, wow, this is great, because I would just like, I got into this whole negotiation thing like early on. I thought it was so much fun.
Well, in the beginning,
I was bad.
You were bad. You negotiated everything.
Every
single thing.
And it just took me some time to learn.
No, I'm not judging, because now you hardly ever do it.
Right.
Yeah. If the price ain't there, we just walk away usually. I mean, sometimes.
I think that's an overstatement, because I feel like I still do.
Yeah, like sometimes, but not like it used to be.
Typically now, though, when I'm negotiating, I'm changing it up a little bit to soften the blow. Hey, if I buy this one, will you throw that one in? Things like that.
I'll make it a bundle.
Yeah, I'm a little smoother about it.
Yeah.
Back then, though, they would have something, like this. Say this had $5 on it. Hey, will you take $1 for this?
Yeah.
And now that I look back, I'm like, that. I mean, and here's the thing: it would work probably.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
It would work like. It would probably work like 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And then I got kind of hooked on it, and then the whole reason I'm bringing this up, man, this is getting long-winded. So the whole point of this was I discovered garage sales late in life. I got into this whole negotiation thing, and it wasn't really about the money, although it kind of was, but it was mostly just about the sport of it. And I just found it to be like I don't know, it was like a game for me.
Because you're competitive.
Because I'm competitive.
He's a very competitive person.
And I'm like, I wonder if I can get them to give me that for X amount of dollars. And I get it, and I'd be walking back to the car and be like, yes. You know, it's just like a game. But then I would try to employ the same tactics at estate sales early on. This was years and years ago. And I ran into a brick wall. Those people don't play that. No. They do not play that. And it got to the point
they're like, come back Sunday, it'll be half off.
Right. It got to the point where I was so soured on estate sales, I stopped going to them pretty much altogether. And then we didn't really get into estate sales again until Candace joined me. And then we've, over the past 4 or 5 years, we've kind of, and you were going with me. Actually, before you even joined me in here.
We would go occasionally.
We would go a pretty good bit on Sundays.
If it looked interesting, yeah.
But Candace did enjoy it. Candace would go shopping with me a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
But she just wasn't working in here. But once I came around to, okay, it's a whole, just because it's a whole bunch of stuff set up and like a garage sale is, it's a totally different beast as far as what you can expect to pay, the kind of things you expect to find, and the way you have to handle the estate sale runners. Because the estate sale runners, they're in charge, and you have to remember that. And you have to kind of acquiesce to how they're doing business.
Yeah, and if you're rude to them or insult them,
they will remember it.
They remember that.
Right.
You will never get a deal from them.
They remember it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Also, they don't like it when you wear a GoPro to their estate sales, by the way. Just a little note for y'all. Okay, I'm going to get back to it. All right, well, we got, Candace has been listing well today, like I said, and I got the video up finally. And we have a project piece, and I want to go ahead and think of a project piece for Monday, too, after we talk about this.
Yeah, I think if we can tag team something difficult.
Right, or even if it's not tag team, if we just both make an agreement. Now, will it always happen? Probably not. But if we start, like, pinpointing...
I have one.
Okay, but first, we're going to talk about what today's project piece is. Today's project piece is the Brother Innova 12... Wait, what is it called again?
Here, I'll help you out.
It is a...
Innovus 1200.
1200 computerized.
It's a sewing and embroidery machine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we bought this at a garage sale, and we actually saw it working. And it actually has, if you take that cover off, it actually has, she had some fabric and she like ran through it or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all can see she was just like stitching that real quick.
Yeah.
Just to kind of show it working. And yeah, we're into this thing for $60. I also noticed it looked like it had a drawer or something. Something slide out.
I think this usually comes out.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
With some there's accessories in there. Okay.
Yeah, look, there's some different feet.
Yeah.
Some foots, screwdrivers. Oh,
That's a needle. I think.
There's another layer.
That's a.
If you want
Oh, there's a layer underneath. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, look at all that.
Mm-hmm. A whole bunch of little accessories and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when I looked at, I'll show you all the comps on this thing real quick. I'm going to run y'all through these comps real quick. So these are the actives, and as you can see, 1200, 900, 1000, 800, 750, and there's this one down here for $299.99, but that's at auction, and I don't think they didn't show, they show it powered up. But what they don't show is they don't show any other accessories or anything. So I don't know if they have any or not. And that's an auction. As far as solds go, oh, I didn't do solds yet. Let's see. Click solds. There was one actually sold 5 days ago, which is a mistake. Means we made a mistake, maybe, to wait as long as we did. But that's okay.
I'm curious,
because
though.
this... Okay, we have that piece. I'm just looking to see what it comes with real quick. Looks like... okay, they do have the... No, that's just a cable. I'm looking to see if they have the card reader. Okay, they didn't have the card reader. Okay, so that's the only sold for that machine. Oh no, look. No, that's a 1500D Disney edition. It's a 2800D, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's a 1200 that sold for $450.
Free ship.
Free ship. Now, what kind of accessories did they have?
Quite a few.
Oh, they had a lot.
Yeah.
They had some stuff. They had a disc. I don't see where they had the card reader thing. So I'll show y'all what we have. And then we'll look at what this thing is sold for historically. We have the machine cover. We have a little like accessory kit.
I don't know what this thing is.
It's a thing.
Is that maybe to hold one of these hoops or something, maybe? Don't know.
Don't know.
We have 2 hoops.
Thought we had 3.
Well, no, you probably saw this part that goes inside this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we have, okay, this is that.
Extension.
Okay, and then I don't know what that is. Foot pedal, cable, data cable or something. And then we also have, let me get that. We have this PED Basic, and this is something a lot of people don't have. I don't even know that this isn't necessarily specific to this machine anyway. But I think I just want to go and bundle everything
Do
up.
one bundle.
Yeah, these actually have some decent value on their own. Like for instance, I saw someone sold this disc for $30 recently, and looked like they bought some designs. This is some kind of proprietary Brother memory card. Almost looks like a compact, old school compact flash.
Is that what goes in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thread Converter Pro 3. And then there's some other...
Just paperwork.
Oh, that's
books.
for the accessory thing.
Quick reference guide, yeah.
For I think... Oh, yeah. That's what... Yeah, this is for the overall thing.
And then this is for this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think we have a pretty good setup here compared to the other people. It's at least as good, if not better.
Right.
And let's see, we have...
One thing I didn't notice, and they may not have been showing it, was no cover for any of the other ones.
Really?
Did you see on the...
No, I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them do. Like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
they have a cover. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, this is product research. And let's see, if I go by sold price, I can get... It's tough because people will put accessories that aren't going to help us out. Like, it doesn't help us out to put $20 accessory here. All right, so this is... 900, 525, 500, 500, 425, 300. Oh, I have these. This is the last 3 years of solds. Oh, that makes it painful that someone... But also, it's not like there's 27 of these things active right now. So, there's not a ton of solds. There's also not a ton of active. So, it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be a slow sale.
Yeah.
It did look like, based on these solds, though... all of those machines that are currently active are way overpriced.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, you have this one from 2.5 years ago. But other than that, it looks like the price should run around $575, $500, something like that. So that's what we think we're going to list this one for. We're going to list this one somewhere between $5 and $575. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is... just to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, and to make sure it stays protected or whatever, I think I'm going to go ahead and pre-pack this one too and get it ready to roll.
Yeah.
And then we'll have accurate weights, dimensions, etc.
Right. Yep.
So
because it's heavy.
Right. We're going to dive into this thing now and get this done. Okay, so we shot all of our photos and kind of got this stuff organized. And then we did have a couple of changes of plan here. Number one, I am going to go ahead and pre-pack to some extent, but not all the way, because what I decided to do, I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy one of these. I like that size for this pack, 27, 16, 15. 27, 17, 16 are the dimensions it'll actually ship at. As always, bump it up one over the marked with UPS for sure. And then I can kind of estimate a weight here just by weighing the stuff and then add some on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to be able to go ahead and list it today. I just need to grab a Home Depot large, and we do have a heavy duty large, I should say. And then what I'm going to do inside of that, I'm going to pack this stuff, kind of double box, float it inside of that.
Like the components separate is what he's saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything's going in that box then.
Right, but you're going to double box them separate. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like this is doing, I'm going to make a box.
Right.
In box just for this component here.
Yep. We decided to sell this by itself because it's worth over $100. Just this box set here.
Yeah, because this machine did not come with the software that's in there that we showed you. It did not come with the memory card, and it did not come with that card reader, obviously, because this machine can connect directly to the computer with included cable here.
Right here, yeah.
So it's not necessary to use it, and that thing can be used with any of the like a wide range.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're planning on doing what, like
550 maybe.
I'm thinking like 525.
Okay.
Because we're not including that.
Right.
Back when we were including that, but I think it's dumb. I think that's too good to include.
Yeah, no. I think this will sell really fast.
Right.
Because so many people can use it with so many different brother machines, not just this machine.
Somebody sold just that memory card for $100 not too long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to, it's 4:40 right now. Candace is going to go sit down with the computer and get that listing up. And I am going to go ahead and start doing my little pre-packing thing with this other stuff. And then it is going to be the weekend, and we don't have to go to estate sales. But we don't have to go garage sales. We don't have to go to garage sales or estate sales, or we're not going to. Although we are going somewhere on Sunday. We'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next video. Well, we know we're going. We'll let y'all know if it turned out to be anything. Not holding my breath.
Till Sunday, I would hope not. I don't think you would be successful. But okay, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see y'all again very soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.